fridge and pull out some stuff that I need to get rid of. So, what are we going to make today? What are we eating? So I got some diced chicken, some broccoli, got some twisty noodles we need to get rid of. I'm going to use cream of mushroom soup, cream of chicken soup, and some cheese. So let me get everything else put together and set up, and I'll bring you back. Alright, about time to put the noodles in. Go ahead and put those in. There we go. Just use all of them because they've been there a minute. Should have that. There we go. Turn it down a little bit. So I'm not going to cook these all the way through right now. What I'm going to do, let's see, is cook them half to 3/4 of the way, because when I put them back in, it'll finish cooking that way. So what I like to do is, when I don't have a lot to cook, I just go through the fridge, start cleaning it out. A lot of people do that. So I just, different ideas on what to make. And that's what I'm making today. So let's see. So there's a lot of different ways you can do this. Let's see. Close. So I've done it to where I'm only using one pot today, so I'm not doing it this way. But you can, as soon as it starts boiling, I usually just let it sit, shut it off, finish cooking while I use another pot. I didn't want to use 2 pots today, so we're going to do it this way. Got about another 2 minutes, then I'll undo this, and I'm going to make everything else in this pot. So, the sauce and all that, but I'll show you that all here in a minute after I take this off and pull them down. Alright, got the noodles pulled off because I didn't want them to cook, excuse me, cook anymore. So now I'm going to add my soups. Cream of mushroom, cream of chicken. If you have one or the other, it don't matter. This is just what I want to use. So, because most of the stuff I want to do on this channel at least is basically what you have, because I know a lot of people don't have a lot, and if you have it, use it. If you don't, we can always get something else. So I'm going to put 1 can of milk, and I've done this before where I didn't have milk, so I use water, and it works just as good in my opinion. Milk makes it taste a little bit better, but you use what you got. That's how I grew up, and that's how I had to raise my kids. Stir this up, turned it on, let it heat up. Yeah, we grew up very, very poor. And we couldn't afford a lot, so we was always going through the cupboards and figuring out what we can use. And just make them all different things, like this. Actually, I think I'm going to add just a little bit more milk. Probably another half can. There we go. I'm going to add some seasonings here. Just a second, and start this back up. The seasonings I add, you don't have to. I add what I like, you add what you like. Everybody has different taste. As that's heating up, and I'm making a mess. Let's see. I'm gonna grab some garlic here. I like garlic. I just got a container. We have Amish stores around me, so that's where I get a lot of my seasonings. And there's really no measurement, just to where you think. So there's garlic. I need to grab some salt. A little pepper. And that'll be good till now, until it gets closer to being done, then we can taste it again. So this is basically mixed up. So while this is heating, I'm going to go ahead and add my broccoli to it to heat that up. So I'm going to go ahead and actually add the broccoli. Just add that right in. And I'm going to add my chicken. So this all can start heating up. Go ahead and mix this together. I probably have not enough noodles, but that'll be alright. And if you run into that, don't have enough of the noodles you cooked, put other noodles in there too. But I'll bring you back when this is closer to being ready. Alright. Then I'm going to add some red pepper, because I just like it a little bit. Oh, gotta turn it down a little bit. It's starting to bubble a little bit. There we go. Alright. Let's switch back up. Let that sit for a minute. Alright. So get the noodles. It's about time for them. And I did rinse the noodles off, cool them down so they'd quit cooking. So I put those all in there. And this is why I only wanted to cook them about 3/4 of the way. Because I knew they'd be sitting in here, and that way they'll absorb some of that extra moisture and get some of that flavor in the noodles. Ooh, just enough. I'm going to let that sit for just a little bit. And when it's about ready, we'll go ahead and put the cheese on. Until then, hold on just a second for you. Okay, stir it up. I think it's right about time for the cheese. Let's go ahead and taste it. Yep, I think cheese time. And if you guys don't like cheese, don't put cheese in it. If you don't have shredded cheese, use whatever cheese you have. And put however much cheese in it you want. That's a good thing about the stuff I'm going to make. Because I'll show you what I'm putting in, but how much is totally up to you. There we go. Because everybody has too many different flavors, so... And I know another thing I know I've used to do when the kids were at home and we needed just a little extra. If you had, we would have like sour cream and onion chips or leftover, just like the crumbs and all that, or cheddar and sour cream. We'd crush those up even more and put over the top of this, just to give it a little extra. Because we just wanted something extra. So let that sit for a minute. I'm going to get a bowl and we can try it. Okay. Let's go ahead and shut it off. I think it's done. Pull. Now I get me a spoon. There we go. Let's try this. Ah, that's what I'm talking about. It's nice and hot. Ah, that's what I'm talking about. Now that's what we eatin'.